This is Contemporary Chinese, Volume 2, Lesson 5, and it's the first of the dialogues. So here, as it says, Richie and Gao Yifei are talking about the weather in their hometowns. And Li Qi says, 真热呀. The ya, just excuse me for a moment, and I'll just add that in. The ya here at the end of it is therefore emphasis of, in this case, I guess he's expressing not so much surprise, but yeah, it's the extremity of the heat. So 真热呀. Gao Yifei then says 热. So obviously he's asking a question there, hot. Li Qi then asks 你不热? And again, with these questions, Chinese is a tonal language. Obviously, it's got the four tones plus the neutral tone. In English, often we can convey a question by changing the tone of our voice, particularly at the end of a sentence. So we'd say, you're not hot. In Chinese, I guess it's a little harder to convey, but it's a similar sort of thing. So if you look at this particular example here, they're not using any of the question words, so you have to use the inflection in your voice. 你不热? Gao Yifei says, 还可以. 还可以. I'm sure we've talked about this in class before, but basically that's sort of saying, I'm okay. It's not too bad. Then Li Qi says, 今天的天气预报你听了没有? So 今天的天气预报, so the weather report of today. 你听了没有? Did you listen to it or not? So you wouldn't necessarily translate that way, I say, for example, in a test. It's just, did you listen to it? 你听了没有? And Gao Yifei says, 听了. 最高温度31度. 还不是最热的时候. So let's look at those three bits. 听了 is just simply saying, yes, I listened to it. Here again, the le is basically expressing not so much change, but the completion of that action. And it's at completion of that action at some point in time, and the point in time has already been identified in the previous statement, or the previous question, 今天, so that's established the time frame, and then the 听了 is saying that the action was completed in that time frame. 最高温度31度. So we said in the lecture today, 最高温度 means maximum temperature, or the highest temperature. 31度. 还不是最热的时候. So let's look at the 最热的时候. So 最热, I'm pretty sure we all know, means the hottest, and 的时候 is the time when something happens or exists or is done. So 最热的时候 means the hottest time, and this front bit here, 还不是. 还不是, here the 还 means still or not yet. So it's still not the hottest time yet. And then Li Qi says, 现在你家乡的天气怎么样? He asked the question. So here's our time expression, 现在, and we know that that can come before or after the subject here. So here, in fact, this is actually a really good one for you guys. Here, think about what is the subject. 你家乡的天气怎么样? In fact, our subject is 天气. That is what we're asking about. We're asking about the weather, 天气. But we're not just asking about any weather. We're asking about 你家乡的天气. So the real subject here, the real thing that the question is being asked about is the weather. 你家乡的 is just specifying which weather, the weather in which place. So, and then, so the subject is 你家乡的天气, and then the question is 怎么样? So what is the weather like? And then Li Qi offers a benchmark against which to measure. 有这么热吗? Is it as hot as this? 有这么热吗? Gao Yifei says 比这儿更热. So the thing that we've said in the structure of comparison that you have A, B, A compared to B, and then you have an adjective of some kind describing what it is that you're comparing. So this is still the same pattern, it's just that part A of that is up here. It's already been mentioned. 今天的天气有这么热吗? And then of course it's implied 今天的天气sorry 你家乡的天气 then that's the sort of the bit that's already understood goes in here. 我家乡的天气比这儿更热. But when in a normal conversation, if you're already clear about what the comparisons are, what the things that are being compared are, you can just leave out that in your answer. So 比这儿热. 你家乡呢? What about your hometown? 没有这么热. So not as hot as this. 我家乡的夏天比这儿凉快多了. So the summer of my hometown compared to here is much cooler. 凉快多了. And remember we said there's another way that we can say that. We could have said 凉快的多. 凉快的多. So let's get that in here. Okay, I'm having trouble getting my Chinese characters going here. Okay, here we go. 凉快的多. So there we go. 凉快的多 is the other way that we could have said that. Gao Yifei then asked, 那冬天呢? Then what about winter? And he says, 比这儿冷一点儿. 比这儿冷一点儿. A little bit colder than here. So literally compared to here, cold a little bit colder than here. 最低温度零下8度左右. So 最低温度 I think we're fine with now. The minimum 零下. That means 0 below. And we would say below 0. 8度, so 8 degrees. And so 零下8度 is 8 degrees below 0. So anything that is below 0 would be, 零下1度, 零下2度, 零下3度, etc. And then at the end of it, we've got the new word for about or approximately, 左右. So 最低温度零下8度左右. So the minimum temperature is around 8 degrees below 0. Gao Yifei is a little taken aback by this. He says, 那么冷啊? 那么冷, as cold as that. Then Li Qi says, 不过房间里都有暖气, 非常暖和, 一点儿也不冷. So here's that but or however that we learned recently, which is different from the 但是 or the 可是. And this, in a way, is a good illustration of that, because on the one hand, Li Qi has said that the temperature is, the minimum temperature in winter in his hometown is 8 degrees below 0. And clearly that's very cold. Gao Yifei also feels that is very cold. But Richie then goes on to qualify that. So not to negate it completely, but to add a qualifying comment to it. And that qualifying comment is that even though it's so cold, 房间里都有暖气. So 房间, we know means room. 里, meaning inside. 都有暖气, which is one of our new words for heater. So rooms, and you'll notice here, this is an example of where it's really hard to know, is this singular or plural? So when it's used like this, it's not preceded by, say, a demonstrative pronoun, 那个房间,这个房间. If it's not preceded by a quantity, 一个房间, or by words indicating more than one, so 一些房间 or 有的房. If it's not preceded by any of those expressions, 房间里都有暖气. Basically what it means is all rooms. And of course, obviously the do tells you that as well. So all rooms have heating. 非常暖和, it's extremely warm. 一点儿也不冷. 一点儿也不冷. So this was an expression that we learned, I think, a number of lessons back. And the sort of the foundation part of that is 一点儿 or 一点也不. And then you can add other adjectives, for example, after that. And what it means is that it's, in this case, in this specific dialogue, it means it's not cold at all. If he said something like, 一点儿也不好, it means that something is not good at all, not even a little bit. That's the 一点儿 part.